The performance artists of the 1960s and 70s explored new ways of thinking about collaboration, the role of the public in art, and that their works often involve spontaneous and boundary-defying performative actions. For this reason, interactive performance art challenges the traditional roles of the participants, allowing for the piece to create a longer-lasting impact than most art forms. Performance artist Marina Abramovic demonstrates this in her piece titled Rhythm Zero, where she is the subject and the audience have free rein to do whatever they want to her. No consequences, no limitations. In this 6-hour-long performance, Marina Abramovic stood still in a room with her audience. In this room, there was a table with 72 objects on it, ranging from pleasurable to harmful. This included a pistol and a single bullet. Along with the objects was a note reading the following: I am an object. You can do whatever you want with me. I will take all responsibility for 6 hours. She stated in an interview after the piece that she was ready to die if need be, and that she wouldn't have ended the piece earlier than the 6-hour mark for any reason. For the first 2 hours, the audience was more shy and used nicer objects, such as tickling her with feathers or giving her water and food. The third hour is when things started to go south. The audience had become bored with being kind to her. Abramovic's clothes were cut off, her skin cut and bruised all over, she was hit and slapped, and she was also sexually assaulted by several male audience members. Towards the end, as people in the audience were trying to one-up each other, one man took the bullet and gun from the table, loaded it, and made her hold it to her throat, finger on the trigger. A physical fight broke out when a woman in the crowd took the gun out of her hands. After that, the audience was more dismissive, looking at Abramovic and doing smaller actions. When time was up, Abramovic came back to life, moving around as if nothing had happened. Most of the audience ran off, unable to face the reality of what they had done to an innocent person. She even wanted to talk to people about why they did what they did, but most refused to talk to her. These 6 hours demonstrated how quickly human psychology can morph and decline when given the chance to do harm without consequences. The audience's reaction quickly went from initial hesitation to eventual acts of aggression. The performance was intended to raise questions about the psychology of authority and obedience, showing how quickly harm can be done if enough people follow along with it. It was also meant to explore the human body's endurance to physical, bodily pain, the audience's connection with the artist, the human tendency towards violence, and to visually portray de-individuation, which is the concept describing the loss of self-awareness and identity when in a crowd of people. Marina Abramovic's Rhythm Zero truly pushed the boundaries of art, as she put her life on the line for the sake of demonstrating humanity's flimsy morality. The performance highlighted the power dynamics involved in unconventional artistic interactions and offered a striking commentary on the relationship between vulnerability, authority, and human response in the world of live art. Her performance demonstrated the fact that we are capable of inflicting harm and violence on others when given the opportunity and without consequences, but more importantly that this tendency is rooted in individual actions rather than institutional ones. It is safe to say that her performance stuck in the minds of the audience members after it was all over, leaving an everlasting impact on them and their future choices. Marina truly accomplished what performance artists were seeking during the peak of this art form by pushing the limits of her audience involvement and interaction, while also introducing a new level of sacrifice to performance art.